all the time. So let's get started. So here you see on the start page, on the first page, you can see all the different categories that they have here, right? So business plan, I will go to that page, click that, free business plan. So I'm probably already there. Now it says answer a few simple questions, print and download instantly. It takes just about 5 minutes. So the first thing we see here are the different industries in which you'll operate your business. So you have retail, farming and agricultural, construction, professional services, manufacturing, food and accommodation, finance and insurance, real estate, wholesale trade, information technology, arts, entertainment, recreation, and other. So let's go. We're going to make up a company. Let's go for retail. So we're going to make a business plan for the type of business that we operate, and it's going to be a retail business that we operate. So create my document. So what we want to do is it's a new company. So we're going to say, or maybe it's an existing company. It doesn't matter, wherever you are in your process. So we're going to say new company. And retail is going to be soap. Let's say soap or, oh, I'm sorry. No, you just pick new company. Save and continue. Now I put company name, soap and shop. And the company address, 1234 Main Street. Save and continue. Do you want to describe the history of the company? So you can skip this step for now, but I always suggest you try to fill in as much as you can because it's important. And the more information you have in the business plan, the more thorough it is. And I promise you, it is so interesting when you look back on these business plans and see what you wrote at the time of inception and then now where you are, maybe a year or so later, to see how much you've grown. So we're going to say yes, we're going to describe the history of the company. So soap and shop was a family-owned business that my grandmother started in the early 1900s. She created a brand of soap from all, and I'm just making this up. I just wanted to put something in here because when we pop this out, I want everybody to see how great and complete this business plan looks. So from all organic ingredients, that was safe and for all skin types. Cool. That's the history of the company. So yeah, save and continue. Company forecast. Describe the goals and objectives of the company. Oh, I don't know what happened. Does the plan timeline for reaching and describe the plan timeline. So first we want to describe the goals and objectives, and hopefully you have your goals and objectives for the company, for your business. And when you see this, goals and objectives are very important for any third party that's reading your business plan because it tells them a lot about you and your company. What are the goals of your company? Why is it here? What is the purpose? And what are your objectives? How are you going to get there? So our goal, the goal of soap and shop is to provide a customer friendly experience So it engages the consumer at an early age in childhood and allows them to grow, and which I'm making this up, which will allow our product to grow with our consumer throughout the many stages in life, creating a lifelong product that our consumer will love and use for a lifetime. Okay, that's our goal and objective. Our goal is to create a consumer, I'm sorry, our goal is to have a product that a consumer will love and use from early childhood for the rest of their life. The objectives of the company to produce this lifelong product that a consumer will love and use for a lifetime. Now, if you have, if so, maybe I have other goals. Um, so the objective is to educate the consumer about natural herbs and ingredients that are sustainable to the environment and soil, creating a more rich soil for use in, let's say, farms, and I don't know, flowers. The second so that's enough. But you see where I can go with that. So that's the objective, to educate the consumer about these herbs and ingredients that create a very rich soil that's sustainable because it produces great things for the environment and the soil, to create a more rich soil for food growth, for food growth. Now I'm running this out and I'm taking my time with this because I want people to understand how important it is to put some thought into what are your goals and what are your objectives. I've been doing this a long time, and at the back of most entrepreneurs' minds, at the back of most business owners' minds, is that they want to make money. And I get that. Most bankers get that. Most lenders get that, finance companies. And honestly, at the end of the day, that's what matters. We want to see that you're going to make money because that will show how much risk we put on the business and how much you are probably going to make sure you pay back the amount of money that you buy. So the probability of repayment is great if you've got a well thought out plan, and it starts with everything in the beginning. Why are you making this company? What are the goals? What are the objectives? Why is it important? So yeah, it's great to make money. It's great to say, I want to do this to make money. I love making money, blah, blah, blah. I'm great at sales, blah, blah, blah. But the more in depth we can get into the mindset of the entrepreneur, the business owner, or the investors, the partners, the more we can see where the risk lays, and the more we can see if this is a well thought out company or just something you're doing, and that'll determine how the risk is set, with a compilation of everything. So I just wanted to say that. So now we are at the second part where it says, describe the planned timeline for reaching the objectives. Now this is important because we want to have a very realistic timeline, for reaching the objectives that we stated above, but we also don't want to make it seem so quick that it's unmanageable. So our objectives, and again, this is an experiment. I mean, this is all made up. We want to, from early childhood until growth, creating a lifelong product that our consumer will love to use for a lifetime. So our planned objective is definitely stated as something that's going to happen over the lifetime of our consumer. However, there could be something in here that we talk about that shares the research and knowledge and how we're going to educate and provide documentation and supportive documentation that will go along with why this is important and why the consumer will eventually, if they become one of our clients and they start using our products and continue to be educated, will appreciate the product and become a lifelong client. So the timeline does not have to be something that we talk about over their lifetime, but the timeline needs to be something about how long is it going to take us to reach that objective. So how long is it going to take us to penetrate the marketplace and educate our consumer and get them to buy into what our mission and vision is. So we could say 6 months to a year, I think, would be a pretty good objective for a timeline. So we will say here, we believe our timeline to reach our objective, which is engaging with our consumer and creating a buy-in in the marketplace, will be 6 months to 1 year. That's our planned timeline for reaching our objectives. So we're going to find our marketplace, we're going to find our consumers, and we're going to reach our objective, meaning we're going to educate our consumers and get them to buy into our product selection, and we believe that could take anywhere from 6 months to 1 year, meaning we should be able to find consumers that'll buy in, start generating revenue and income within the first 6 months to a year. After that, we want to save and continue. And of course, we can expand upon that, but again, I'm just trying to take you through this exercise so that you can see the thought process on creating your business plan and what lenders are looking for. Now, is this going to be a sole proprietorship, partnership, corporation, limited liability, or other? This is something that you yourself have to pick depending upon what your legal structure is. For this fictitious company, I would say I will do a corporation. So who owns the company? The shareholder, I will say, is Lisa Davis. Describe the owner's experience and training. Ms. Davis has 12 years of soil manufacturing experience combined with a ChemBio degree and has worked in this industry as a research analyst, product research analyst, for the past 5 years, testing and improving the product soil and consumer experience. I'm just making something up. Add another shareholder. We will say, we could say John Smith. 12 years experience as a farmer or agricultural why can't I find it when I need it? Why is it my, oh, there it is. Agricultural expert, I don't know. Testing and growing organic products for consumer consumption and use. So definitely want to build the case that you're not jumping into this without any experience. You're not jumping into this without any type of consultants on board or experts. So you really want to build the case. If you have several shareholders that are all giving valued opinions and knowledge, then you want to list them. Shareholder could mean they have 5% of the company, 1% of the company based on whatever your valuation is of their investment, or maybe you don't have any, maybe you just have one and it's you. So you want to make that decision based on how you're structuring your company. Now you can have a corporation that's owned individually, or you can have a corporation that has several shareholders. You want to make sure that whatever you decide is something that you're going to be okay with and agree with for the future to come, because when you file your legal paperwork, it needs to match that, the paperwork that you file with the state when you're filing the legal structure, and also how you prepare taxes and everything else moving forward. So we want to save and continue. Management details. So what's the management structure of the company going to be? How is the management different from ownership is a question on the side. So here again are great tips to help you when you're building out your business plan. And it says in a small company, the owner and the manager may be the same person. In a larger company where there's management of day-to-day operations that requires more time and specialized skills, the owners may wish to hire a manager. So we're going to act as if this is a small startup business, and so the management of the structure of the company is the owner. So the management of the company is the owner, Lisa Davis, that oversees the day-to-day operations, inventory, well, day-to-day operations. And please expand upon that if you have more detail. Again, I'm making this up, so I don't have a lot of knowledge in the agricultural business or retail business, but you need to put as much information in this section as possible. So if you are the owner of your company and you do a lot of drop shipping or you do a lot of work, you could talk about all of the responsibilities you have as the manager owner. You manage the day-to-day operations, you do the inventory, you do the ordering, you oversee if you have a space, if you have a brick and mortar space, you oversee the space, making sure that everything is stocked up. You want to say what is your management structure and what are all the roles that either you play or you and any other people that you've hired in leadership play. So for here, we're just going to say this and save and continue. And then what are your company's assets? So we're going to look at the question mark and it says, what are any substantial assets that you have owned by the company? So is it in the company's name? Are they leases? Does the company own any buildings, any real estate, any equipment, any stock, cars, trucks, and other things of value? So you want to talk about anything that the company owns. So we can say that this company assets are 10 acres of land in northern Michigan. Equipment, so equipment owned. Tractors, plowing machines, and any other type of maybe hydro machines. A warehouse for packing and shipping. And that's it. So maybe you have more assets, or maybe you don't have any assets. If this is a service company and you don't have any assets, you are the assets. You can put in here, let's see, they don't want to know anything about proprietary assets. So if you're a service company, you can put down any type of, if you have printers or office equipment or furniture, you can put that down. If you don't have any assets, you just don't have any assets. It's not a point against you. Sometimes not having assets could be a positive because you don't have any overhead. So just think about what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're owning, and put down what it is that your company owns or not. It's not necessarily negative if you don't own anything. Sometimes no overhead, less overhead is a good thing. Describe the primary product service offered by the company. So the primary product is an organic soap, cleansing product. It could be soap that is sold for various stages of life. Research has shown that as an individual matures, body chemistry changes, and there are different needs for the skin to control oils, body scents, and moisturizing elements for total skin health and wellness. We also have intellectual services that we offer. We provide educational materials for our consumer to understand the benefits for keeping the earth green and healthy by using our products and skin solutions. So we want to talk about what it is that we do, what it is that we sell, but also how is it benefiting the earth. Greening is very important right now, making sure that we're being efficient with our land use, and providing nourishment for soil is important because it'll help create nourishing great dirt for us to grow other foods and products and things for other organizations, other corporations. So we could also talk about something like that. Now, this is just me brainstorming. So when you think about your business, think about how valuable it is from all different angles. So you could also have something like the soil that is produced is highly sought after by other industries for organic food growth. So you have that's 3 different products you have listed here. So it's not just the first product that you thought about, but it's all the different things about this product that creates other products where you have an opportunity to create value. And it's always about creating value, because how are you going to create revenue, right? So you want to think about that. Does this company hold any patents, trademarks, or licenses, proprietary rights? I would say in this fictitious product, I would say yes, probably. I don't have a lot of information about that, so we would just make something up. Yes, patent pending on organic soil cleansing substance that's created. I don't know. And yes, trademark on soap product. Again, this offers more value because this is something that you wholly own, and you have a patent pending, meaning that no one else can utilize this soil cleansing substance that you're creating. So that again creates a high value for your product and shows that you're going to have a great opportunity to generate revenue in the future. Yes, yes, we have potential future products and services planned for development. Yes. Or you can say no if you don't. Describe the target market of the company. Definitely vegans, children. Yeah, we'll say children, beginning ages from birth to adulthood, seniors, all ages, and demographics. We want to say health conscious. Because this is who we're going to target, because they'll probably be more apt to purchase this product. So we definitely want to carve out a space. We don't want to say the whole world is our market, right? We want to target what market, what industry would be more apt to use our product. So we definitely know it'd probably be the same folks that go buy smoothies, or that they work out or do yoga, the same folks that are vegan, or they're health conscious, right? And then you want to think about the energy efficiency. So, and the greening. So people that do love the trees, or are against the air pollution, and are for clean water. So you want to think about all those types of different target markets, because these are probably people that are going to want an organic product that cleans the soil, creates great organic rich soil for more organically rich fruits, vegetables, and things grown out of the earth. So you want to make sure you're specific in your target market. In general, the entire world is everybody's target market. So here's where you can separate yourself and say, yeah, the whole world is my target market, but these are the people I'm targeting. After our research, we've seen that 88% of people that do yoga will buy our soap because of this, this, and this. So you want to put those kind of analytic remedies into this portion right here. You want to use as many words as you can. So we can say 88% research has shown that people that do yoga are 88% more apt to purchase this product than not. Research shows that parents that have at-home childbirths are 92% more apt to purchase this product. So you want to be specific here. Again, the more information, the better, and it really shows the lender or the bank that you've put a lot of work into your market study, your market research, and you know who your target market is. And that also shows the banker that now that you know who your target market is, you also should have come up with a plan of action on how to penetrate that market. So we're going to save and continue. If you have, let's go back. Sorry. Now this next question says, does the company have any established customers? Now you can say yes, and you can provide contracts with your business plan, copies of the contracts, or you can provide information that outlines who the clients are, how long they've been your established clients, how much of your business are those clients a part of, and things like that. So definitely, if you have established customers, you definitely want to put that information in here because it is important. It shows that you are already generating revenue, that you are solid, and that your clients, maybe they're repeat clients, so you can put something in there about them being a repeat client. They've been with your company now for 5 years, or they've had kids and now their kids are grown up, or something like that, depending on how long you've been selling this product. If you've not, and you're a startup, if you're a startup and this is brand new, does the company have any established customers? You can say something like, yes, even though we haven't officially launched our corporation, we do have clients that we've been consulting with over the last 2 years that have been purchasing our products and are very enthusiastic about our products. And so that's how we know that now we need to scale our business and take it from more of a one-to-one consulting business to a more established clientele base. So you can say something like that. Or if you don't have any customers, you could just say no. It's okay. Pricing. So describe the pricing approach of the company. Now in here you want to put something that shows you've taken into consideration what is the cost of how much it is to manufacture your product, or what is the cost of your service, the hours, or what is the cost of the work, and then how you came about deciding what your pricing should be. So if you say something like, we increase the cost of our product by 200% for retail sales. We also offer membership for a discounted retail price. We also wholesale our product to several local retailers for, you can say, 75% above market value. So something like that. Not necessarily saying, I sell the soap for $5, but you really want to get in here and talk about how much does it cost to produce that soap, and how much do you sell it for. And if you then want to say it's $6 a bar, then that's saying that you get it for $2 a bar or $3 a bar, and then you sell it for whatever you sell it for, your membership sales for a discounted retail price. Then you can also list that out as well. But you also want to state and start to premise the fact, this is how we generate revenue. This is how we have gross sales. This is how we establish that. So you can also say something like, we also charge an hourly flat rate for all educational consulting services, as well as, I'm not sure, we also sell our organic soil at market rate for production, or something like that. Again, this is made up. I'm not really into this industry, so I don't know. I'm just making it up as I go. Describe your advertising strategy for the company. So this is important because marketing, business development, all of this work that you do here is how you generate revenue for your company. So what is your advertising strategy? You want to talk about everything that you're going to do. If you're going to have a program, I don't know what that was. We created a, what's those affiliate program for our well-established consumers that provide referrals. We are on all social media with marketing programs. We do direct email and mail marketing programs. We offer a robust website with intake forms to engage clients, future clients, and established clients. We also provide sales calls to consumers and our retail partners that offer our products. You can even say something. We provide sales calls and training. So think about all the different ways you're going to market your brand, market your product, market your company. What are you going to do? You definitely want to always talk about a website. You want to talk about social media, because these are very affordable options that small businesses can take advantage of in order to market their company. A lot of website hosts are free. Social media marketing could be free. You can also have word of mouth or past clients. The affiliate program is also something that's not that costly for you, because if they're an affiliate, that means they're referring clients back. So depending upon what your service structure is, or your business structure is, depends on what your marketing strategy is. If you're going to be a restaurant, are you going to have pop-up restaurants? Are you going to sometimes rent out a food truck and do your services, present your food services on a food truck? Maybe you cater at some points. You want to talk about all the different ways you get visibility for your product. If you are a trucking company, maybe you want to talk about different, I don't even know what trucking companies, how to market trucking companies outside of a website, phone calls, having a presence on social media, referrals, clients giving you great, I can't even think of the word right now, but clients talking greatly about your product and service. So something like that. You want to talk about all the different ways that you are marketing your product and service and gaining visibility for your business. Again, this shows how you're going to generate revenue. So you want to put a lot of time into this, because it's very important to show the bank or the lender how you're going to generate revenue. It's one thing to have a great business. It's another thing to have a great business and no one knows it exists. Because if no one knows it exists, you're not generating revenue. So how are you going to generate revenue? What are all the different ways you're going to get your product and service out there so that you can retain the clients that you have and gain new clients? So you want to think about that. Now, the next question asks, does the location of the company give a competitive advantage? So I did pre-fill in this answer. We're going to say yes for the purposes of this exercise, but if it's no, then it's just no, and you can explain why your location doesn't have a competitive advantage. You definitely want to go into detail in this area and talk about the benefits or the challenges of the area that your company is located in. And let's look at the question marks. So we want to look at the chosen location. Is it a good fit for your target market? Is this location near a lot of customer traffic? Does tourist traffic affect the business? Can businesses draw customers from nearby commercial districts? If the local community is working class, does this help the business? And if the local community is high-end real estate, does this help the business? So really thinking about the different things that's going to affect your opportunity to generate revenue. So you really want to kind of think about that and fill it in here. So here I put the company is located in an area that provides a competitive edge with no known competitors within the state of Michigan. And during our research phase, we discovered that we were the only company developing a cleansing product that also creates an organic rich soil to grow future foods and nourish animals. You can also talk about how you have farms nearby. They're nearby that are going to be potential customers of our organic rich soil. You also want to think about if this is seasonal, how it affects your business. So if the advantage is that you live in a warmer climate, that our company is located in a state that has warm weather all year, so we are always in a growing environment. Whatever the competitive advantage is for your company, you want to highlight that in this area. Again, the question marks on the side are very great for hints and useful tools to help you when you're responding to these questions. So we want to push save and continue. And again, I already filled this one in. So this next question is describe the competitors of the company. And if we look at the tips, who are your competitors? Which competitors are the largest? How well is each competitor established in the market? What is the market share of each of your competitors? Their annual revenue? And if your business is alone in the market, what potential competitors could appear? So you really want to give some thought to this area. Now here I wrote our competitors are Dove because I know they make soap manufacturing. And there's also a mom and pop shop that produces organic cleansing products that have been in business for 10 years. So we definitely want to list out who we think our competitors are and how well they're established in the market. And if we don't have any competitors, we might want to say there are no competitors, and we want to give the reason why there are no competitors. Did anybody fail that was previously in this industry or in this business? So we definitely want to list as much information as possible. Again, it shows whoever you're applying to for a loan or financing that you've given this business concept a lot of thought and you are prepared with the risks that are going to come, and you have a solid model for business development and generating revenue. So this next question asks, do you wish to describe and compare your competitors' strategies? I would say yes. If you've done a lot of research in this area, it's always good to list out and to let the lenders know that you have done research on your competitors. You know what their strategies are, and compared to your strategies, how they compare. Sometimes you have the same strategies. Sometimes you can show how your strategies are going to drum up more business. Sometimes you can show how their strategies actually were they weren't cost efficient, and so you're going to try a different strategy, and this is the reason why. So it's good to compare your competitors' strategies and talk about them. So if we push on yes, here are some hints. If you're working in a niche market, some competitors might be there working in a niche market, and it's important to let the banks know that you are in a niche market. Do some competitors have better pricing, better quality, better service? So again, that's where we come into cost efficiency. When they have their strategies, is it cost efficient and it is helping them get more bang for their buck on the revenue they generate on their product? How will you distinguish your company from your competitors? This is an important question because it shows that you know what your competitors are doing in the marketplace to generate revenue and how you will come into the marketplace to show how you're different, especially in a niche market. If this is a new company, how will you establish your market? How will you establish yourself in the market, especially if you have competitors? And once your company is started, will new competitors suddenly appear? Meaning, will you be so successful, or will it be such a great idea? Are you on the cutting edge of a great idea where now a lot of other people are going to enter into the marketplace? And now you've got more competitors for the same consumer. And if that's the case, what are you going to do in order to continue generating the revenue you need in order to meet your bottom line and create income? How will you position yourself against any new competitors? So you want to provide an analysis. Again, the more information you provide, the stronger your business plan, and the more your lender or financer can know that you've done the research necessary, your business plan is strong, and they can go and advocate for you internally for your business loan. So we're going to say no right here because I don't want to have to make up all that stuff, but definitely want to think about it. So here is the next question for a SWOT analysis. You definitely want to include a detailed analysis of your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So you want to punch on the question mark, and you want to talk about the product you use. How is it unique? Do you hold protective patents and licenses? These are all strengths. The location of your business is ideal for your target market. How do you provide significant value? Your pricing, is it competitive? And do you provide exceptional quality, and how you can build on your strengths? So you want to answer in all of these categories: your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. So for weaknesses, is there a risk of development or production delay? Will your product become quickly outdated? Will your production technology become quickly outdated? Are your costs higher than your competitors? These are all weaknesses that we can look at in our company. And when you have a weakness, it doesn't necessarily say there's a fail. It just shows you where you might need to improve some of your systems. Do you have high staff turnover? Is your business poorly located? So again, when you're going through the business plan and you want to fill out these boxes, make sure you click on the question marks and answer those questions, because these help you give a clear and complete diagnosis of your company to the lender so that they know how they're advocating for you, how strong your company is, and what are the risks involved. So some of the opportunities: the demand in your industry is expected to increase, which is great. There's sufficient demand to expand your market share. There's sufficient demand to expand your product line. How can you exploit your opportunities? You can definitely list how you can grow your opportunities and exploit them. And you can definitely talk about opening another marketing channel through social media marketing or through the internet. So you definitely want to talk about all that. And then your threats. Can new competitors easily enter into your market? Will you have, some people get a business only agreement with some wholesalers where they can be the only one that does the retailing for that wholesale. No other competitors can wholesale with that marketer or that company. So will you have any exclusivity, any exclusive rights in your market? Is your labor market dependable? Are your suppliers dependable? Is your product at risk of being legislated out of business? So that's where the law comes into play. We want to make sure that you're not in an industry that is about to be outdated or dismantled or deregulated. So you definitely want to write in here answers to all of these bullet points if you can. It shows that you've done additional research, but it also helps to answer questions that the banks are going to have or the lenders when they are looking over your business plan and your entire business credit profile in order to make a determination for your loan. So we want to save and continue, and then go into, would you like to describe your day-to-day operations? So you can say, yes, you would like to describe your day-to-day operations. Again, this is how you're generating revenue. So what are you doing? What are you doing in operations in order to make sure that your flow of business is good, that your operations are good and up and running? So you want to talk in this section about what your normal day-to-day business operations look like. Would you like to describe operational facilities? If you have brick and mortar, if you have a definite space, yes, you would like to describe your operational facilities. If you're online, or if you're a consultant, or if you're a service provider, or if you do pop-up or shared space, you can say yes as well, and you want to describe where your operations are located, how big is your facility, if talk about if it's a shared space or if you're 100% owner. When will your facility be available? If it's a build out, you want to give as much detailed information as possible. Will you have outside suppliers? Yes. If you have suppliers, who are they? Are they dependable? Are they competitive? Are they a reasonably priced supplier? Can you find other suppliers? Are you planning to lower your costs as you grow, when you'll be able to increase supply and then use a different supplier? Who are your backup suppliers? So these are all things you kind of want to address in this section. How many staff do you have? So are you the sole employee, or are you right now have staff on deck? We can say right now you're the sole employee, but if you want to describe staff requirements for the company, you can talk about your staffing requirements and what are your requirements if you have skilled labor, general labor, managers, foremen. In here, you want to talk about the different staffing positions you have and the requirements that your company has for those staffing positions. Capital requirements. So would you like to include a summary of the financial requirements of your company? Absolutely, yes, I think you should. You should have capital requirements. You should know how much is it going to, if you have investors or partners, how much have they invested in this business? Or how much money do you need to borrow? How much money what will the money be spent on? And what will help the company grow and reach its goals? Most of your financial analysis will be in your financial statements, but you could summarize some key detail points here. It's important for the bankers or the lenders or the finance companies to know how you're going to spend your money and how much have you invested. What equity do you have in your business, and how much has others invested in your business, your partners? Would you like to describe how the company will repay any financial obligations? Absolutely. You would like to talk about your plan for repayment, what your interest rate and on your borrowed capital, if you have any other financial obligations, because if you have a capital stack, you definitely need to talk about the requirements and the responsibilities of that capital stack, what those obligations are, what are the monthly payments, how long will it take to repay, how much of the owners and investors' capital must be repaid, and when. So these are things you definitely want to discuss. If you don't have any additional financial obligations, then you just can say no and move on. And you definitely want to include a financial statement. And so this I can help you with, building out the financial statement. I have templates for this Oh, here's a good template. They have a template here as well. So this is good. So you can definitely put the input the information here. You definitely want to, a lot of times these are forecasted projections. So you want to determine first, what is your fiscal year? My fiscal year is January to December. Some different organizations, depending upon what month they found their business, if they started in June, then their fiscal year begins June 1st, or let's say May 31st, and it ends June 1st, something like that. It's a 12-month period of accounting. So whenever you start your business or whenever you want it to be, it could be January 1st to December 31st, or it could be May 31st to June 1st, whatever your fiscal year, or it could be April 31st to May 1st. Whatever your fiscal year is, you have a 12-month period. Actual and projected. So you definitely want to put down your actual and projected costs. So what are your projected? If it's a new business, only thing you can do is create projected. So you want to put down here, and this again goes to show that you've done a lot of research and you put a lot of thought into this business, and you have some definite numbers on how much it's going to cost to get this business up and running. So for your projected cost for this soap company, it might cost $70,000 for the first year. 70. Please input a year. Oh, I'm sorry, the reporting year. 2020. I'm sorry, $70,000. 2020 income statement. So gross sales could be $70,000. And less cost of goods sold. Maybe it cost you $24,000 to get the cost, because we did say somewhere it was like 200%. So $24,000. And then you can go in here and you can talk about what this is projected. So these are all numbers that this is what your research has shown it's going to cost. So for sales and marketing, if it's going to cost you $5,000 to get up and running with website design, social media marketing, flyers, mailers, workshops, educational materials, leave behinds, cards, all of that, you want to think about what's it going to cost for sales and marketing. Research and development, how much has it cost for you to research your product and develop it? So we can say $3,300. Insurance costs about $1,000. Legal and professional services, you can say $2,400 because $200 a month. Bookkeeping, $1,200 or $100 a month. Rent can be $2,400 or $200 a month. Utilities can be $600 or $50 a month. Repairs and maintenance you shouldn't have. General office you shouldn't have. Entertainment, no. Licenses we didn't need. Salaries and benefits, if you're going to pay yourself a salary, you can put it here or not. Bank fees can be probably about $300 a year. Interest and expenses, not sure. I don't think we have any because we don't have any loans out. Miscellaneous expense. And so here you can see that your total expenses were $16,000. Your net income before taxes is $29,000. There you go. And add another year. Typically for your business plan, they want to see 3 years. So this is projected. Now, if you have actual, that means if you're already in business, you can do your actual. So you just put down exactly what it is what year it is for, how much you grossed in sales, less the cost of goods sold, and you can just go from there and have actual numbers. Let's see what this question mark said. If you are a new company, you should provide projected information showing what you expect in the coming years. If your company has been in business, you should include the actual information. So 3 years typically projected, and you definitely want to show projected because if you're asking for a loan, that means you want to show that revenue is going to definitely be there year 1, but it's going to increase year 2 and year 3, and the business plan should substantiate how your business will grow moving forward because you've put in there what your objectives are, how your research has shown that if you do this type of marketing, how you're going to increase sales, who your competitors are, how you've got an exclusive on your market or you don't have an exclusive on your market, but what are you going to do if competitors come in? So you've put all this information in, and now you can show this is why I feel confident that revenues are going to start here. But if market conditions remains the same, remain steady, and everything that I've researched shows that it's going to move it forward, this is how I'm going to increase the generation of income moving forward year after year after year. So choose an effective date for this document. We can say March 9th, save and continue. And now download and print your business plan. You must select free or premium license. And here's your business plan draft. So let's see if we can get this thing printed out or at least look at it. So now, after we finish it up and we put the date on there, here's our business plan. You have to select a license with Law Depot in order to access it and print it out. But I just want to show you what this business plan looks like once you're done. So if you have all the information and you've done all your research, look at this robust business plan that you've created based on just answering the questions that were presented to you within this template. That's why I love this template with Law Depot, because once you put everything in there, it pops out a very robust business plan that any lender would be able to use in order to advocate for a reason why you should or should not get a loan. Now, of course, towards the end, we didn't do all the analysis because I just didn't have all that information, but this would be thoroughly filled out by you because you've done the research to know the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in your industry and what your daily operations are going to be based on how you manage your business and what your capital requirements are. Now, we did do the 1 year of projected income, but again, you want to do at least 3, and you want to show year upon year upon year of growth. I always suggest to my clients show at least a 20% increase in revenue growth and work your projected expenses back from there. But you definitely can do your financials within that template that makes it easy to pop them in, and then you get this entire business plan popped out for you based on the answers that you gave to in the template in those boxes. Love, love, love this template. Love, love, love this software. I've used love, love, love this site. I've used Law Depot for many things, not just a business plan. I've used it to create joint venture agreements. Let's see. I've used it for joint business agreements. I've used it for independent contractor agreements, business plans, contracts, proposals. Oh, here are my documents. So there's a lot of different templates in here that you can use. So as you see, I've used it for consulting agreements, non-compete, LLC, end user agreements, joint venture agreements, partnership agreements. So it's really, really helpful to use as you're doing business. I suggest if you think that you want to go ahead and join the site. I think I paid $100 a year. It's really helpful. I think it'll help you with your business, help you fill out your business plan, which is something that you need in order to apply for lending in the future with a standard bank or financial institution. So it's also really good to have, again, it's like a written vision board, as we talked about in the beginning. It helps you to see where you started, what your goals and objectives were when you started the business, and how you've grown your business moving forward. It's a living document. I always tweak my business plan. I'm always updating it. I'm adding or deleting. So it's a great document to have. It's the organizational document for your company, and it's something that you always want to keep updated, up to date. So I hope this tutorial helped. I hope that you're able to now dive into building out your business plan and not have any anxiety about it. I know building a business plan is one thing that a lot of people have a lot of anxiety about. And I know that for years it's cost $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 to get a professional to write out a business plan for you. But with this template, I feel anybody can write a very comprehensive business plan for their company that they either own, they're starting, or they've been in business for years, because who knows your business better than you? And if it's a dream of yours to have this business, who knows, who. So I would say you can go and you can play around within the website. As you see, once you develop the business plan, at the end it'll say, hey, if you want to download this, if you want to get a printed copy, then now you have to purchase a membership to our website. And that's totally understandable. I think you'll find value in it. I think you'll find that this is a great value for the money versus hiring a lawyer or someone $2,000, $3,000 to write your business plan. And then you'll also understand all the components of the business plan. So as the banker asks you questions, you can answer them. And as your business grows and as you stay in business for years and years, you're able to tweak it and see how you've grown and how your company has grown. So I hope this helps you. I hope you are able to build out your business plan. My name is Lisa Davis. I am the Trusted Banker. If you have any additional questions, you can feel free to reach out to me on social media, on Instagram, Facebook. I have a group for the Trusted Banker, or you can email me directly, Lisa at the Trusted Banker. And I hope this is beneficial to you. And thank you for choosing to view this training session. Have a great day.